Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And real quickly, man, I got to defend my guy, Coach Calipari, man. Listen, so the narrative always, since he's been in Kentucky anyways, has always been that he can't coach and he's just a recruiter, right? And I always defend him by saying that it's just difficult because he usually has to start over with a brand new team every year, and a lot of the times he has holes in his rosters from where he might have lost an unexpected player to the draft, or a person may have transferred that he wasn't expecting, that he had hoped would be back on the team, and he's had a very difficult time. Although he's had extreme success at Kentucky, he's had a very difficult time pleasing the fans. And with me being in the Lexington, Kentucky area, the haters are definitely amplified to say the least. And I just always hear the same narrative over and over and over that the man can't coach and all he can do is recruit. And when he gets good players, then it's it goes straight to, well, those players were going to be good no matter what, and he really didn't have anything to do with it. And so it's just always been like a lose lose situation for Coach Calipari. People have very unrealistic expectations with how many championships he should have won, in my opinion, right? A lot of people feel like he should have 4 or 5 championships in like a 12, 13 year period. And I just feel like that's unrealistic for any coach. Even if you look at like Coach K, he's been at Duke for what, 40 something years. And he only has 5 titles, right? And he's had top notch talent for the majority of the time he's been at Duke, right? At least out of you know, the 40 years, we'll say 30 of them, he's had top notch talent, right? And he's only able to gain 5 championships. And I like to tell people that Kentucky basketball is over 100 years old, and we only have 8 championships, right? And one of them is a Calipari championship. So at the end of the day, I don't expect a coach, um, any coach, to be giving us 5 to 6 titles. That's just unrealistic in my opinion. But the one thing that I have to say this year is that Calipari actually, this is the first year that the majority of the players on his team, the key players, are not freshmen, right? Um, we have Oscar Sheway, who some people are, saying he may have a chance to win national player of the year. Definitely, probably going to win SEC player of the year. You have we have a top notch shooter in Grady. I think he's leading the SEC in 3 point percentage. We have a solid point guard in Severe Wheeler. Um, he may not be the greatest point guard we've ever had, but he has experience. He's strong. He's mentally tough. He plays hard. He just is a good leader on the court. And last but not least, we have the quote unquote star freshman that we normally have in Ty Washington, right? And most of the time that Calipari coaches a team at Kentucky, he usually has to rely on 3 to 5 Ty Washingtons. And you know, the thing is, yes, these guys are talented, um, but they don't know the game on the college level yet. They are not used to the competition level yet, and a lot of times, some of his teams struggle in the beginning of the season, and they tend to get a little better towards the end of the season. But this is one of the first years where he was able to utilize the transfer portal, and he was able to build a team of solid veteran college players. Now, did they have a little bit of a rough start in the beginning of the season? Yes, because at the end of the day, they still never played with each other. So in essence, he's still starting over with a fresh group of players. But the basic fundamentals of college basketball, the majority of the people playing on this team already know it. And Keon Brooks, I forgot to mention him. Keon Brooks has been there. This is his 3rd year at Kentucky. So this is the first time where the majority of the players that give him the most are actually veteran players, and we only really are relying on a couple of young guys. Um, the majority of the young players are not able to break through in the lineup just yet. hopefully next year they'll be able to contribute more. But with that being said, Calipari usually when he's able to bring back a significant amount of players uh, with experience, he has a very successful season. When we won the national championship with Anthony Davis and he was the star of the team. He was the all world freshman, but we brought back some experienced players, you know what I'm saying? We had um guys like Deron Lamb and Terrence Jones, just guys Darius Miller, guys that had just been there and done that, that knew what to do. And then we surrounded them with some younger, top notch talented players, and they were able to mesh and win the championship. And then the second time that they had a really strong squad, bringing back a lot of experienced players was when we had the 38-0 team. And yes, we ended up not winning the championship, but we was just a couple of plays away, and we would have had a shot at that. So Calipari has shown in his time at Kentucky that when you give him experienced ball players, he is able to produce a solid team, and he does. You know, I mean, if you don't want to give a guy credit, you at least have to start looking at him as an A-minus coach now. If you don't want to go A+, I understand, man, but you at least got to start looking at him in that A-minus range, man. He gets the job done when he has players that know what they're doing, and hopefully with this transfer portal opening up and name, image, and likeness, we won't have the same problems of having to fill holes. You know what I mean? We'll be able to get the players that we need to fill the positions that we might be lacking on. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that's going to help Kentucky in the future. But I like this year's team, man, and I feel like this is the year where if Calipari really wants to silence his haters, if he really wants to satisfy some of these unrealistic Kentucky fans, and I love Big Blue Nation to death, man. I bleed blue. Um, it's Kentucky against everybody with me, but I do feel like sometimes the fans they they have a little unrealistic view of what's supposed to be happening, and they like to believe that Kentucky should win the championship every single year. And I know that's just unrealistic, man, but I feel like this is a year where Calipari, if he comes up short this year, I don't know if I can really make an excuse. I know the ball doesn't always bounce your way. It can, certain things that can happen. You can get bad calls. You can have injuries. You can just have a bad game, and you can lose the championship in a single elimination tournament. You never know what's really going to happen. But this is the year, man, where I feel like he's got to do it this year. I feel like he's got pretty much everything he needs, man. He's got solid wing players. He's got a dominant big man. He's got a solid defensive team. He's got you know decent 3-point shooting, good enough ball handling. You know what I'm saying? So this year, man, I feel like we've showed up against the majority of the good teams. We came up short against Auburn. Um, but a lot of people in Lexington feel like if we didn't have injuries in that game, we was probably going to take down the number one team in the country. Um, and I believe that as well. I believe if Ty Washington and Wheeler didn't get hurt, I believe we had Auburn, and we've stood up to everybody else except Duke. Duke caught us in that first game, man, and we gave them a little bit of a fight in the first half, and then we fell off in the second half. And I think a lot of that was us trying to figure out things, and people weren't sure of what their role was. No, they weren't confident in their abilities. So I if we were to come up on Duke again, I would feel a whole lot more confident with us being able to handle Duke this time. So yeah, man, I feel like this is a year Calipari has got to get it done, man. And if he don't get it done this year, then I'm gonna have to just sit back and be quiet for a little bit, man. I'm not gonna be able to defend him because I feel like he got the tools, he got everything he needs this year. He's got the experience, so I say let's go, man. This is Calipari's year, man. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do you think Calipari is a terrible coach, man? I hope you don't think that, but let me know if you do. Um, do you think do you feel like me that he just has been unfortunate enough to not ever have the experience when he needed it. And what is your expectations for our team this year, man? Do you think we got a shot to win the championship? I hope you do, because I definitely do. And y'all let me know. And I'll see y'all next time on Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.